AVB1043 foster case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's a social media influencer.
I'm a little bit more interested in the background.
My child, I do send him money.
Social media influencers often live in a world of curated perfection. Glamorous parties, exotic travel, and endless streams of likes and followers. But what happens when that world collides with the messy, unglamorous realities of parenthood? This is the story of Karen, a social media influencer whose life took a dramatic turn when her online persona clashed with her responsibilities as a mom.
What's going on?
Well, what's happening is this. She's out and she's partying, she's having fun, she's doing all this stuff like all on social media. She's a social media influencer.
Our tale starts with a chef named Mr. Foster, a man who built his career on sizzling steaks and perfectly plated desserts. But his life took a bit of a detour when he became a super fan of Karen, a rising social media star known for her lavish parties and curated lifestyle content. Like millions of others, he followed her every post, drawn to the glittering world that she portrayed.
Which is how we actually hooked up from there, because I'm a chef.
Okay.
We have one child together, and she's not really doing the things that she's supposed to do as a mother.
Here's the thing. Their connection wasn't just virtual, though. Karen hired Mr. Foster to cater one of her events, sparking a real-life romance. Well, you fast forward a few whirlwind months, and the two welcomed a kid together.
Let's say, hey, you gotta step up your game. You gotta do something, help out this child, because I can't be the only supporter if you're here supposed to do something as well. I mean, I can do it, but I do need a little bit more.
But what began as a modern-day meet-cute soon unraveled. Karen's life as an influencer, jet-setting to events, filming content, and growing her brand left very little room for parenting. Meanwhile, Mr. Foster swapped his chef's apron for a diaper bag, becoming the child's primary caregiver.
Details about, how the child was conceived. I'm just interested to see how that works,
Well, I'm the type of guy that I always post on my
The problem? Money. While Karen's follower count soared, her financial support for her son barely trickled in.
stuff, letting people know this is what I do, like all my catering stuff and all that. But when it comes to her, I know that she does all this stuff, and I know she's a big influencer, and she...
Mr. Foster claimed that she prioritized designer outfits and VIP events over basics like health insurance and school prep.
And she's really, when it comes to making it to a live stream, she can do that. She has that. But so that's what I did. I actually reached out to her in that way.
When negotiations failed, he took her to court, demanding that she step up both as a parent and as a provider.
Got more of my influence out there, so I can actually start catering and partying to all, catering to all these parties.
Okay. All right. And so you want her to pay?
The hearing was anything but boring. On one side stood Mr. Foster, the hands-on dad juggling childcare and his catering business.
Yes.
All right. And you said the child is on Medicaid,
yes.
Correct? Okay. All right.
He argued that Karen's influencer income, roughly $100,000 a year, should translate to more than the $200 to $300 that she sent monthly.
All right. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
No.
Okay. Ma'am? Yes. Welcome. I'm honored. So
he painted a picture of instability. A toddler shuffled between cities for Karen's photo shoots, missing routine medical care and lacking a structured environment.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is, but what does that have to do with you being a mom?
I'm out there trying to make money and trying to support my child.
Karen, meanwhile, defended her choices fiercely. She saw her social media career as a golden ticket, not just for herself, but for her son, too.
And you're getting paid for these appearances,
right? And you
right?
party, too. That's how we met.
Nah, I was catering to one of your parties. Yes.
Oh.
So I wasn't really partying. I was catering. I had to work it.
Why settle for a quiet suburban life when he could grow up in the spotlight, homeschooled between luxury hotels and viral campaigns?
Well, that's true. So
he is making a good income as well.
Right, but the child is with him. So
she insisted her business was still growing and the $200 payments were all she could manage.
How much are you making, roughly?
Maybe about $100,000.
You're making about $100,000 and you send him $200 or so?
The judge, though, wasn't swayed by hashtags or hustle culture. She zeroed in on the math. $100,000 a year versus $200 a month.
You see it all the time. Why not? I mean,
Right, but don't you believe that that's a distraction?
no, I mean, I feel like, I'm making a pretty good income, and I think that this could really help him when he's older.
How could somebody earning six figures claim that they couldn't afford proper child support?
Really, a couple of days a month.
Exactly, you made that up. This is what we're going to do. We're going to place you on child support based on that $100,000 a year.
What happened next stunned everybody. The judge didn't just order Karen to pay more child support, they dismantled her entire argument.
Need to make sure that school is being attended to. How old is this child?
About 3.
3 years old. No. Kindergarten will be here before you know it.
A 3-year-old didn't need passport stamps or Instagram fame. They needed bedtime stories, playground visits, and a consistent routine.
And going to homeschool and virtual school all over the country or wherever it is that you have to appear. You'd agree with me, right?
I mean, I guess I have to.
Virtual schooling and cross-country travels might work for Karen, but not for a kid still learning to tie their shoes.
No, you don't have to, but don't you believe that's in the best interest of the child to be somewhere stable?
Well, I think the best interest of the child would be with me, and if I'm growing a business and I can take care of them.
The ruling was blunt. Karen's income would be scrutinized and her child support payments recalculated.
What we're going to do is base your child support off that $100,000 that you testified to, that makes your gross $8,333.33.
Based on her $100,000 salary, the court landed on a monthly total of $1,240 for basic support, plus $750 to reimburse Medicaid expenses. The message here was clear. Parenthood isn't a side hustle.
I said earlier that brings your reimbursement to Medicaid $750. If you can find somewhere on, private health insurance, I'm pretty sure you can find it a lot cheaper.
But the drama didn't stop there. The judge warned Karen that her obligations could increase if her income grew even more. So every new brand deal or paid partnership would mean more responsibility, not just more followers and more fun.
Maybe one of your followers is a health insurance agent or something, and they can get you something cheaper, okay? So based on that, $1,242 plus $750.
For Mr. Foster, it was a victory, but one tinged with exhaustion. Single parenthood's hard enough without battling somebody who'd rather film a TikTok than read a book on how to be a proper parent. The case isn't just about Karen and Mr. Foster. It taps into a heated debate. Should children be part of their parents' online brands? Studies show that up to 30% of influencer parents face backlash for using their kids as props. Critics argue that it's exploitative. Supporters call it a family business, but courts are increasingly skeptical. Judges worry about privacy, emotional harm, and the blurry line between bonding and branding. Karen's desire to feature her son in content backfired spectacularly. The court saw it as a red flag, evidence that she valued clicks over childcare. Meanwhile, Mr. Foster's insistence on low-key offline upbringing earned him points for responsibility. The takeaway? Judges care more about bedtime routines than follower counts. So where are they now? Well, Karen's still an influencer, but her content has shifted. Gone are the days of flaunting luxury hotels. Now she posts budgeting tips and mom guilt confessionals. And look, her followers eat it up, but the court watches closely. Every sponsored post can mean a higher child support payment, a reality that keeps her accountant busy, I'm sure. Mr. Foster, meanwhile, runs his catering business while raising their son. He's active in parenting forums, urging others to document expenses and keep receipts. His advice? Parenting isn't a hashtag, it's showing up even when there's no camera. The child, now 4, attends preschool and loves finger painting. He's got no idea his life sparked a legal battle or that his mom's Instagram almost became his classroom. So, what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to like the video. Thanks for watching.